Hi, everyone. Welcome to the therapy office. I'm Becca Ferguson, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the group room options that we offer here at the therapy office and how it might be beneficial to you if you're a wellness professional in Springdale, Arkansas. So let's go ahead and get started. So, like I said, welcome to the therapy office. I really wanted to create this presentation because there was a lot of people that had some questions about the group room and what it can actually be used for and how these reservations work. So, I just wanted people to know about how this space can be intentionally flexible, not just for therapy groups, but for people who need that calm and professional space without having to rent an entire building or a big, conference area, gym, something of that nature if you're wanting to do some sort of group. Like I said, my name is Becca Ferguson. I am the founder and the owner of the therapy office in Springdale, Arkansas. I am very passionate about sustainable business growth for helpers, healers, therapists, and this is something that I have built my whole entire business model on. I am also a licensed professional counselor, and what you see is what you get. I'm a real life human being. So I didn't just build a practice that was made for therapists and wellness professionals based off of business knowledge. I am also a therapist with the experience of being a business owner. So let's dive into what we're talking about today. And let's get into this conference room, shall we? We're going to talk about why this space exists in the first place, the details of the space that include pricing and how the pricing works. And then I'll go through some common questions and answers that I often get inside my inbox or my messages when people are asking about the group room. So we'll go into why this space exists. So the group room exists for a lot of different reasons, but one of the things that I've learned throughout my career is that sometimes the most meaningful growth happens when people come together in a group setting. So I personally love group therapy, any workshops, co-working, and watching people share ideas and just learning from each other in general. It's nice knowing that we are not alone and we're not the only people trying to figure things out inside this world. So, when I created the therapy office, I really didn't want to just have a building full of private practices. I in private offices, I wanted it to have some opportunities for people to connect and collaborate and build communities. So, the group room, it really is more than just a group room. Honestly, I promise you. It's a place to gather, teach, collaborate. You can build community, you can expand beyond the one-to-one work. I know that being a solo therapist inside of the building that I have, when I went ahead and decided to switch into this model, one of the biggest things that I came up with was knowing that I'm going to have the ability for solo therapists that don't have the space but want to have a space for group therapy and workshops and expanding their practice to be able to come and put on a group, whether that's recurring or just a one time workshop or a one time group, to just say, hey, this is something that I'm really good at. And I love to be able to promote other therapists that are really good at their work and good at what they do. So, it is expanding beyond those one-to-one sessions. If you are, just a business owner that's starting out, or if you are, someone that has been established for a long time and you're looking for something to broaden the horizons of your career, looking to do something different, then this is a really good thing to maybe dive into. And it's a small enough space to where you're not doing something that's maybe too big too fast. So this room is intentionally flexible. Some people use it professionally and they'll do something that is a um CEU, continuing education. I've had other people that have done friendship bracelet nights, or I had a Dungeons and Dragons therapy group. We can do book clubs, you can do consultation groups, some networking events. Um, Take away all the tables and chairs, and you can have some yoga or some flexible spaces. So let's talk about the culture of the therapy office. So, yes, my whole entire office is branded on the office. And so the therapy office is designed to support many different values. And we have a shared professional environment. The culture matters here. And when I designed this space, I really wanted it to be a place where we could learn from each other, support one another, and build these meaningful relationships while still maintaining the professionalism and boundaries. And so our the goal was really never to create a building full of strangers. It was to create community where people could feel welcomed and respected and encouraged as they grow. So you'll see here and then also in our mission and values on the website that that is exactly what I love to do is to create that culture of community, respect, collaboration, creativity, inclusion, and humor. Of course, lots of humor. So let's go into the details. There are 2 ways that you can use the group room. There are one-time reservations, and then there are recurring reservations. So, the one-time reservations, they're great for, workshops, trainings, community events, and one-time gatherings, and then the recurring reservations are designed for ongoing groups, like classes and co-working sessions and regularly scheduled events that happen around the same day and time. The main goal with recurring reservations is that they are at least weekly or biweekly. So we have the one time reservation, and here's the cost and all of the things that come with it. You have a, like I said, one time reservation, it's $35 an hour. There's a 2 hour minimum that comes with the group room that gives you enough time to kind of settle in and get what you need out of it. You get the group room access, Wi Fi, and utilities are included. And you have a waiting room access. The tables and chairs are included. There is no ongoing commitment required. And then you get to reserve the individual days as needed. And like I said, it is great for one time workshops and events. So let's go ahead and see how the one time reservation looks in the lease. So when you go ahead and book with your one time reservation, we'll go ahead and collect that full payment at the beginning of the booking, and it's not held until that payment is collected. If you need to cancel at any point in time and it's at least 7 days notice beforehand, then you get a partial refund, but we keep a $50 administrative fee just because there is a lot of admin stuff that goes with the lease signing and getting welcome and onboarding and things and reservations handled. If it is less than 7-day notice, then it's non-refundable because usually it's hard to find someone to fill that spot in a limited amount of time. For no-shows, those are non-refundable, and one-time reservations can't be rescheduled. When we're looking at this, I like to have the lease language available, but then I also like to use a real life example. So let's say that you have a workshop date on October the 15th and your reservation length is 3 hours, then that would cost $105. So for the first scenario, if you had a more than 7-day notice, then you would cancel on October the 1st and you would have a partial refund, but we would keep $50 of that. For the second scenario, then if it was less than 7 days, then your cancellation might be submitted on, say, October 12th. At that point, the reservation fee is non-refundable, and that is all inside the lease language. For the third scenario that we have listed here, if it's a no-show, if you don't show up on the day of your event, then it is non-refundable. It can't be rescheduled. Now, the reason that we have that listed here is because usually on the day of your event, someone is there waiting for you. Someone is ready to open the doors, let you in, do everything to help you out. So that is why we have that listed there in that policy. When it comes to recurring reservations, this is again all the same amenities that are in the one time reservations, plus you get some extras. So they're $30 an hour, so you get a little bit of a discount. You still have the 2 hour minimum that is included in it. And to make it a little bit more consistent, a 3-month commitment. So you get a reserved recurring date and time. You also get a key and security code depending on the time and uh, like day for your group. So the group room is available 7 days a week and for all times. So let's say that you want to do a group at 6:30 on Friday night. That's not normally my working hours, so I would give you a key to the office and a code specifically for the alarm system so you can let yourself in and out and do the lockup for yourself, and that way you have access for the group room. So you get the reduced hourly pricing. So it went from 35 to 30. And then you get the consistent scheduling. Usually, when it comes to the groups, then you'll have some sort of idea of what day your groups are going to be, especially within a 3-month commitment. So you'll, at least signing, give me a list of all the dates for your groups. And I will put that inside the lease of the dates that you plan to be there in the calendar. And that will be helpful because I'll go ahead and mark them off as blocked on the calendar. This is another lease language and real life example. So it does have a 3-month minimum commitment for the recurring reservation, but you can choose a length up to 12 months. So if you are going to have an ongoing group at the office and it's an open group and you say it's going to be longer than 3 months and you want to make sure that you're going to get every single Monday every week for at least 6 months, you can do a 6-month contract. That's totally fine. I would be more than happy with that. You can get the same recurring day and time that's available weekly or biweekly, and the only thing that's required to terminate is at least a 30-day notice. If you terminate before your contract is over, then you have the financial responsibility for the lesser of two things, either 2 additional months beyond the notice period or the remaining balance of the reservation term. So it's the lesser of two. So, because lease language can be sometimes a little bit mind boggling whenever we're overwhelmed. What that looks like in real life is say that you have a 12-month reservation between January to December for every Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. If you want to cancel before the term is complete, you might submit a notice period in March. Your 30-day notice period would be between March 15th to April 14th, and your additional responsibility would be May and June, and then your reservation ends after June. So the payment remains due on the normal due dates, and you're not responsible for the entire remaining reservation term. Okay, so what's included with the room? There's a lot in there. So you've seen a couple pictures of the room, but there's a 75-inch TV. It's on a rolling cart, so it can be plugged in. There's a little stand for a laptop, and you can move it across the room. There's a whiteboard mounted on the wall. There is a panic button to a window. And if you saw the window in one of the other pictures, it's while you're in the group room, you can see out the window and you can see who walks in the front door. It works really well when you're expecting for someone to come in and out of the group room. There are 2 6-foot tables that can be folded away and put up. You get access to the waiting room. There are cleaning supplies. There are chairs with racks, and it's a flexible room layout. You get to use it however you want. You can put the chairs away or not. And then there's a dumpster access. So if you wanted to have food, then you could do that and you can utilize the dumpster afterwards. So before you reserve and after you reserve, there are some steps. Before you reserve, you're going to review some of the group room information and pricing. You're kind of doing that step right now by watching this video. And then you're going to learn in a way that works best for you. You're going to submit an interest form on the website. After you submit that interest form, you can attend a group tour in person if you want to. I have several of those coming up. You can schedule an individual consultation if you want to, either by phone or in person. If you find after a group tour that you're just ready to book, then you can do that. If during a webinar or watching this video, you're just, I'm ready to book, then you can just go ahead and book. You don't have to schedule a consultation. You don't have to come to a group tour. You can just book the space. You're more than welcome to do that. You can share details about your event, gathering, class, group. I have that inside of a separate form. I'll email you back and I'll say, great, I'm so excited. I want to get some more information from you. And I'll send you an information form and gauge your interest and kind of go from there. And we will get you started with your event details and things like that. Then you are going to receive your agreement and your invoice. Once you sign that agreement and pay your invoice, then you're going to receive the confirmation for your reservation if that date is available. I do have a calendar that'll be on the website. And as soon as someone books a date on that calendar, a date and time, that calendar is updated immediately. So you'll be able to see ex- like immediately what's available. So the only things that aren't available as far as time and things of that nature for the group room is something in the middle of the night. So if you have something that you want available for um, working with the therapy office or reserving a time, then you can definitely do that. And then for after you reserve, you, and this will be kind of like at booking and the day of your event, you're going to receive a welcome email with all the reservation details and everything you need to get started. If you have a recurring reservation, you will get access to the Helpers Hub online, which I'm about to talk about. And then because of the way that the group room works, you I want you to be able to have access for your actual booking time for the whole entire time that you have it. So I'm giving you buffer time for 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after, and that's for setup and cleanup. So if you have the minimum 2 hours that you book, then you don't have to pay for the 30 minutes before and the 30 minutes after because that's included. So technically, a minimum 2 hour reservation gets you 3 hours in the group room. And honestly, that's a very good deal. So you get all that. Okay, so let's talk about the Helpers Hub. So if you get a recurring reservation, you get access to our Helpers Hub. It has all the policies, onboarding information, forms, resources, office updates, everything that you would need in order to be able to know everything that's going on inside the group room and the therapy office. And the reason why I have this here is because I know that as a therapist, we have to keep up with all sorts of different things that are going on. And so I didn't want you to have to just keep digging through old emails in case you forgot something. This is your go to spot in case you are looking for something and you just want to know what's going on. So you can actually scroll down to the bottom of the therapyofficear.com, and there is a little link at the bottom that says the Helpers Hub. And if you click on that, you'll see all the password protected links for the different hubs of the websites. Okay, let's go on to our last section, which is the question and answer. My favorite section. This is a lot of the questions that I get about the group room, and I'm going to answer them right now. And this is my favorite slide of the whole entire presentation because I spent way too much time making it, but also one of my favorite scenes from The Office. So here are some of my favorite questions that I get in my inbox. And no, it is not which bear is best, although I often think about this. Do I have to be a therapist to use the group room? No. Well, there are a lot of events that are held here because they might be therapy related. The group room was intentionally designed to support a variety of professional and educational, wellness, community focused gatherings. So, what matters most isn't your title, it's whether the event aligns with professional, respectful, adult focused environment for the therapy office. We all know that growth and healing happens in a lot of different ways. And sometimes it might be through therapy, but other times it's through community and connection, creativity. So the group room was really created and it makes space for all of those things to happen. Can I host a public event? Absolutely, you can. In fact, that's one of the main reasons why that group room exists. So, whether you're hosting a workshop or a training, a networking event, support group, educational class, community gathering, you're welcome to invite people from outside the therapy office. It can be a paid event, it can be a free event, it can be whatever you want it to be. The whole point is to promote you and your business and for it to grow for you. I am here to support all businesses and make it to be what you need it to be. The only exception is that I just ask everyone that is here for the event or comes to your event, and also you as the host for the event, aligns with being professional and respectful inside of the environment. It's about the idea that we're all here for supporting our community. Can I rearrange the room? Yes. 110%. And I fully expect that you will. I just ask that you be very careful with the television. Everything else, fine. Be very careful with the television. The room was intentionally designed to be flexible because different events need different setups. So, a therapy group might want the chairs arranged in a circle, and a workshop might need tables. A networking event might need something that's completely different when it comes to layout. You're also welcome to use temporary decorations for your event if you'd like to make the space feel more inviting or aligned with your theme. So, to protect the room, the decorations must be temporary and removable. I ask that you use painter's tape and masking tape, nail screws, wall anchors, adhesives that damage surfaces like glitter, confetti, permanent decorations. Mm, Let's just not do that kind of stuff. I feel like I still find glitter in weird spots in the office from random decorations that I regret. All right. Can I reserve recurring dates? Oh, well, of course, that's what the recurring reservations are for. So, depending on the availability, recurring reservations are one of the most popular ways that people will use the group room because the consistency really does matter. So, whether you're running a therapy group, a consultation group, co working, educational series, or recurring class, having that same day and time each week does make it a lot easier for participants to build routines and remember where to attend. Can I bring food and drinks? Absolutely. Like, this is your space. You are welcome to bring food. You can have it catered or you can make food. Our office does not have a kitchen, though. So you need to be prepared if you are wanting to make food, I would just have it prepared beforehand and have something easy to carry it with. So whenever you're done with food, I just ask that you don't leave like nasty foods, trash inside the office. We have a dumpster located in the back of the building. And so it's super convenient to throw away all the food trash after you're done. So, what kind of environment does the therapy office support? This is a fantastic question, and I love answering it. It matters a lot to me because, as I mentioned before, culture is a big part of the therapy office. The therapy office is a values driven, adult focused professional community that intentionally supports LGBTQA plus individuals, BIPOC communities, women, and marginalized genders, survivors of trauma and religious harm, individuals navigating poverty, and individuals with criminal history. Respect and professionalism, inclusion, and community are not just marketing buzzwords here, they are expectations. So, the goal is to create a space where people feel safe enough to show up as themselves and focus on the work that they're here to do, whether they are clients or they are the wellness professionals. So, if you have something that you need to work on or exist and be while you are here, then you are supported. And that is something that I am very passionate about. What if I need help building my event or business? I honestly know how overwhelming it can feel to take on an idea and turn it into something real. I'm literally the definition of ADHD and a business owner. So, it's just like an abundance of ideas, and then when it comes to life, it's hard to say no sometimes. So, sometimes the challenge is creating the event itself, and sometimes it's figuring out how to market it and who it's for and how to fill it and whether it's even worth trying in the first place. So, creating this space has always been about more than just filling it for the events. It's helping the people build the things that matter to them. So if you need additional support, I do offer educational resources and templates and trainings and business coaching through Authentic Coaching, which is my other business. And I have a free guide called Make It Make Sense. Honestly, helping people brainstorm, problem solve, and turn ideas is something tangible. And it's something I really love to do. I kind of get a little nerdy with it. So I would love to help with that. Thanks so much for joining. I would love to chat more with you. And the way that we can do that is if you're interested in learning more, you can join a tour day, you can explore the group room, you can ask questions about the space, we can talk through your event ideas. If you're curious about whether or not the group room could be a good fit for your workshop, gathering, class, or event, I'd love to help you explore these possibilities together. And yeah, I look forward to chatting with you more. So until then, I will chat with you guys soon. Bye bye.